All right. Well, I've got a little project to do today. It's that time of the year, and I have some chores to do with the chainsaws. And I got a couple of them out here. Two of them I know they're pretty sharp. This was dull at the end of last year, never used it. Husqvarna 136, pretty handy little saw. And I'm actually going to try a electric one I ran across. I know it works. The guy just said it just did not cut worth a damn. And when I looked at it, I got it in, cleaned it off, and then I noticed that that he had the chain on backwards. But it was still dull. So I'm going to sharpen that up and give this a try today. Let me show you what I do. So there's actually quite a few different tools and methods for sharpening these chainsaw chains. Some are handheld files, some are electric handheld, some are tabletop, grinding wheels, just all kinds of stuff. And I guess it really depends on your situation, right? I have always used the tried and true the round files and the fixtures, and that's because a lot of times, especially when I was growing up, I was out in the field. I'm out there in the woods cutting stuff, and if I need a quick sharpening just to keep things rolling along, then I can use this wherever I'm at, out in the field, right? And if I'm at home, I have a Dremel that has a little fixture. That way you can hold it at the angle, and it's a done deal. But even with this, you know, this might take 5 minutes, this might take 8 to 10 minutes. So it's not a whole lot of time that you have to waste on this, and it's well worth the effort. And if you want to see some really good reviews on a good assortment, I'll include the link. The guy that does the Project Farm, and he did a review on different sharpening methods and tools, and it goes along with what I'm saying. It just depends on where you're at and what you need to do. And I'm still sold on these. I'm gonna carry these around whenever I'm out in the woods, you know, and it needs sharpening. But I also wanted to try the 2-in-1 from Steel. I have yet to try that. One of these days I'll get one. It looks like a pretty good tool, and it actually does the 2-in-1. It kind of licks everything in one stroke, right? And I'll show you what I mean. So this little kit is pretty common. You can see I've already have it positioned here, but you have the different sizes, the round files, and these two jigs here. And it comes in a roller cape. This is a Woodsman Tough. Oregon makes them, of course, and you can find them anywhere, and they're fairly cheap. And what you do, let me loosen this up. Yeah, so there's the round file, and this one I had already looked at the size I need. These are perfect for both of these chains. They come in different sizes to fit whatever pitch of chain you're using. But basically you just slide this in, tighten it up, then you need to position. You can see the angles that are marked off, 30 degrees. There's 30. There's 35, 25. In this case, it calls for a 30-degree angle. So here's the angle. Let me, can you see that there? You can see the marks going this way, and that's what I want to keep lined up parallel with your blade there. And then just go back and forth. You can see it's already getting sharp there. So you'll skip this one, go to this one, get the same angle. And I guess your accuracy is just, you're free-handing it, but as long as you keep that mark parallel to the blade, you know, you'll be doing fine. There are other sharpeners where you actually attach the jig and it keeps it lined up just perfectly. It takes a little while to set up, but once it's done, it's very easy to do, just like I'm doing here, but you get a lot of precision out of it, and they do a really good job, to tell you the truth. Let's go this way. Yeah, so that's about it for sharpening that blade. You do the same thing with this one. You can see it needs the same method. Now with this is a depth gauge. So you have a flat file here, and what you do, I believe this is 0.025 at the ends. Yeah, they're labeled here. And then the 0.35, 0.30 along this edge. So what you do, you lay it over and then run your file across there. So you don't want the blade to be protruding out of this. And you'll see a lot of times where, yeah, the little nicks here, sometimes if this piece is protruding too far up, well then your blade's not going to be engaging with your wood, with your medium, right? So that's the reason for the depth gauge. Now that steel 2-in-1, it looks like, from what I've seen, you lay it down and you go back and forth with the file like that, but it has a depth gauge already attached to this, so while you're filing it down, it's checking the depth as you go. So it's, like I said, it's 2-in-1. You're killing two birds with one stone. And yeah, one of these days I'm going to try that. But I've had these forever. This is actually my newest one. I think I have an old, was it a Craftsman probably, that has disappeared over the years. But that's about it. With let me show you the Dremel. If I'm in the garage or a shop, you can see this Dremel has just a little fixture on there with the grinding wheel, the grinding stone, and you do the same thing. You line this up. Here's your 30-degree mark. You line that up, and you just butt up against it while it's running. Just boom, boom, boom. So with this, you can concentrate instead of going back and forth and a lot of movement. You just you can make sure. Just pay close attention to the 30-degree mark. Just hold it down, sharpen it up, and save you a few minutes, right? And I usually use this when I'm in the garage or in the house somewhere, but I use this out in the field, you know. And 9 times out of 10, this is still my go-to sharpener. So I'm just going to finish off both of these. It'll probably take me about 10 minutes per saw, so no big deal. Yeah, so that's about it. It's it's an easy job. It's well worth the effort. When you're out there cutting, you can actually save you a lot of time and heartache if you just keep your blade sharp. And like I said, there's many other different ways, different tools and different files and stuff to use. Just depends on your situation. And look online. I did the Project Farm. He did a great review. What else? That Steel 2-in-1, I believe Steve Small Engine Saloon did a pretty good review on it. And hopefully I'll be able to get one myself. You know, I want to test it out myself and see how good it works. I guess that'll go on my wish list one of these days. But that's it. Just take care of your blades, keep them sharp, and you can use them up until you have to replace them. You know, just don't go out and buy a new chain right off the bat. Just get you a cheap method of preferred method of sharpening the chains and make them last. So that's about it. Yeah, so I'll include links to these other reviews I saw. I'm going to finish these off. So once again, be sure to like, subscribe, and watch for my next video.